Hello students, today is our next means class in biology, nutrition, which is the part of lab processes. In this part just we have studied already about some digestive glands, salivary glands, gastric gland and liver. Today just we have to discuss about pancreas. Just I have said, in our body, two types of glands are present, in which one is called exocrine gland and second is called endocrine glands. In which salivary gland, gastric gland, liver, all are the example of exocrine gland. But this pancreas, we can say in case of pancreas, it is not correct. Means pancreas is a special type of gland which is exocrine as well as endocrine gland, as well as endocrine in nature. Means it releases enzymes and hormones both. I have said exocrine glands release enzyme whereas endocrine glands release hormone. But since pancreas releases both hormones and enzyme, so we can say it has a dual nature. Means it acts as exocrine as well as endocrine gland. Now, about its endocrine nature, we have to study in next chapter, means in nervous system. But here in life process, we have to study about its exocrine nature. Means this pancreas releases a special type of juice that is called pancreatic juice, having following enzymes. Just I have written here on the board. One is called trypsin, second is called pancreatic amylase, third is called pancreatic lipase, and fourth is called nuclease. So these are the four special type of enzymes which are present in the pancreatic juice released by the pancreas. Just I am going to say pancreas is a leaf-like structure which is present just behind the stomach, between the coiled structure of duodenum. What is duodenum? Duodenum is the first part of a small intestine. You should know a small intestine has three parts, in which first is called duodenum, second is called jejunum, and third is called ileum. But about this we have to study in detail in next video. So just we will see here that pancreas is a leaf-like structure which is present just behind the stomach between the coiled structure of duodenum, and it acts as exocrine as well as endocrine gland. So the juice which is released by the pancreas is called pancreatic juice, having these enzymes trypsin, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase and nucleases. Now just we will discuss about all the types of enzymes. Trypsin breaks peptones and proteases into amino acid and polypeptide. You should know amino acid is the unit of protein. Means when protein breaks, then finally it gives amino acid. But it takes place step by step. So just we have seen pepsin enzyme which is present in the gastric juice breaks protein into peptones and proteases, and this trypsin enzyme breaks that peptones and proteases ahead, means into amino acid and polypeptide. Now second enzyme is pancreatic amylase. This pancreatic amylase breaks starch into maltose. Just I have said starch is a complex carbohydrate, and this pancreatic amylase breaks that starch into maltose. You should know amylase always acts on starch, lipase always acts on fat, trypsin, pepsin, etc. always acts on protein. Here just I have written pancreatic amylase, and in gastric juice also, in salivary gland, means salivary gland releases saliva. In that saliva also amylase is present, but that amylase is called salivary amylase, and this amylase is called pancreatic amylase because it is present in pancreatic juice and that was present in saliva. So this pancreatic amylase breaks starch into maltose. Maltose is simpler than the starch. It is also a type of carbohydrate. Now we will see pancreatic lipase. Lipase was present in gastric juice also, and at that place just we have said the name gastric lipase, but here we say pancreatic lipase because this lipase present in pancreatic juice, so it is called pancreatic lipase. And this pancreatic lipase acts on emulsified fat. What is emulsified fat? Just I have said, bile juice breaks large pieces of fat into small pieces, and that small pieces of fat are called emulsified fat. So this pancreatic lipase acts on emulsified fat, whereas gastric lipase acts on only fat. But this pancreatic lipase acts on emulsified fat and gives fatty acid and glycerol. After that, nuclease enzyme. This nuclease enzyme acts on nucleic acid. DNA is called nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is also known as DNA. You should know in animal cell and plant cell both, this nucleic acid means DNA is present. So this nuclease enzyme breaks that nucleic acid into nucleotide, because nucleotide is the unit of nucleic acid means DNA. Since DNA is made of many nucleotides, so it is also known as polynucleotide. So we are seeing here in pancreatic juice these 4 different types of enzymes are present: trypsin, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase and nucleases. And last, today just we will discuss about Brunner's gland. So just I am going to erase it, and after that just I will write here about Brunner's gland. You should know in the duodenum and ileum part of the small intestine, some special type of glands are present called Brunner's gland. Just I am going to write here Brunner's gland. Brunner was the name of scientist. So Brunner's gland, where they are situated in the wall of the duodenum and ileum part of the small intestine. And this Brunner's gland also release a special type of juice that is called intestinal juice. Just I am going to write here intestinal juice, which is also known as succus entericus. Succus entericus means Brunner's glands, which are present in the wall of duodenum and ileum part of the small intestine, releases a special type of juice called intestinal juice, and this intestinal juice is also known as succus entericus. In this succus entericus, many enzymes are present. Just we will write the name of all the types of enzyme. First is called peptidases. Okay. Second enzyme is called sucrase. Third is called maltase. Fourth is called lactase. Fifth is called lipase, and sixth is called nucleases. So we are seeing here these are the different types of enzymes which are present in succus entericus or intestinal juice. Now just we will discuss about their functions. First of all, just we will see about peptidase enzyme. This peptidase enzyme breaks polypeptide into amino acid, because just you know amino acid is the unit of protein, and it means protein finally breaks into amino acid, but it takes place step by step. Now what is the function of sucrase? Sucrase is the name of enzyme, and it acts on sucrose, which is a type of carbohydrate. Sucrose. So sucrase enzyme breaks sucrose into glucose plus fructose. Now we will see about the function of maltase. Maltase is the name of enzyme, but it acts on the type of carbohydrate that is called maltose. Means maltase is the name of enzyme, and maltose is the type of carbohydrate. So this maltase breaks maltose into glucose, because two glucose molecules together make a single molecule of maltose. Okay, now we'll see about the function of lactase. Lactase is the name of enzyme and it acts on lactose, which is a type of carbohydrate, and it breaks lactose into glucose plus galactose. And last means lipase. About lipase, that we will see, this lipase breaks emulsified fat into fatty acid plus glycerol. Now we will see about nucleases, and nucleases acts on nucleic acid, and it breaks nucleic acid into nucleotide. So in this way, just we have seen what are the functions of different enzymes which are present in intestinal juice. Peptidase breaks polypeptide into amino acid. Sucrase, which is a type of enzyme, breaks sucrose into glucose and fructose. Maltase, which is a type of enzyme, breaks maltose into glucose. Lactase, which is a type of enzyme, breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. Lipase, which is also a type of enzyme, breaks emulsified fat into fatty acid and glycerol. And nucleases, which is also a type of enzyme, breaks nucleic acid and nucleotide. In this way, we have seen about all the types of digestive glands which are present in our body. So from next class we will discuss about the alimentary canal, because just I have said in digestive system we have to study about digestive glands and alimentary canal. So all the type of digestive glands which are present in our body I have said, and what are their functions also I have discussed. So from next class just we have to discuss about alimentary canal, and after that this topic means nutrition topic will be completed, and after the completion of that topic just we will start our new topic, that will be respiration. So just listen carefully and write notes. Okay, thank you.